Hey everybody, just wanted to do a quick update on my waterfall tank here. I shot a video last night and I explained that I had only seen one of the 3 Sculpins that were in this tank, and I had been looking for them and hadn't really seen them. And when I finally saw the one, it didn't really look all that good, so I was kind of concerned as to whether or not there were any left in the tank at all besides the one we were seeing. And I'm happy to say that I just came in here to get everybody fed. And if you will look right there in the water sprite, you will see the head and upper body of the largest. I believe that's the largest. If it's not the largest, then it's the middle one, but it is definitely not the one we saw in the video last night. So I've still got 2 of them in here at least, and that one looks perfectly fine. Its color's good, its behavior's normal. It does tend to spend a lot of time hanging out near the surface like that. It'll either lie on the woodwork, or it'll literally lie right on the vegetation like it is now. So I was asked in the other video if I've been feeding them properly, and I haven't changed up the way I've been feeding this tank. I do mix it up. I put bloodworms in there, I crumble up krill, freeze-dried krill that is, I put flake food, I put sinking algae wafers, I put sinking shrimp wafers, and of course there's always live snails and all sorts of little odds and ends that get into the tank from all of this area. Because remember, these big pieces of wood, you know, that whole length of wood right there, it goes all the way over. I know it's broken down and you can hardly see it, but that chunk of wood is lying in there. The other broken half of it is anyway. And then of course we've got all this wood, and then I've got wood up here that I collected from outside. So who knows what kind of bugs and critters and creepy crawlies were in them. And then of course all of the soil that I brought in from outside also probably contained a whole lot of bugs. And I can say for sure that it at least contained some earthworms and 1 slug. Although I gotta say it contained at least 2 slugs, because I did find a slug crawling on a piece of the woodwork not long ago, and I took it outside and got rid of it. Whereas this one I'm seeing is drowned dead at the bottom of the aquarium. I'm not going to leave it in there. If I had crayfish or something in there, I would go ahead and leave it in there, and that'd be a good meaty meal for the crayfish. I don't think anything in this tank is going to nibble away at that and eat at it, so that would just be literally a big hunk of meat at the bottom of the tank rotting away. So there's a variety of food in the tank is the point. That one might be a little bit big for one of the Sculpins to eat, but if that's in here, then we know that there's other stuff that's dropping and falling into the tank. I've actually seen ants scurrying around on the surface of the water that have fallen out of this. And then of course we've always got aphids. I don't know if aphids are good fish food or not, but I'm sure some of those fall into the water too. So anyway, that's it. I got to get back to getting my evening taken care of. Got to get everybody else fed. I'm running a little behind schedule today. Oh, wait a minute. There's the little one that we saw in the video last night. And its color looks perfectly normal. And its behavior is normal. So I guess everything is okay with the Sculpins. I was a little concerned. As I said, I hadn't seen them in a few days. Just kind of, I've been a little bit busy the last few days too. I've been spending a lot of time in here, but every time I've come through, I've always sort of popped my head in, and it's usually easy to see them. You can usually see them lying in the leaves, or you can see them lying against, you know, the piece of wood over here. They'll be lying up on top of a rock. Presumably they do that as a hunting technique. They are ambush hunters. They lay low and they snatch up anything that swims over them. You can see by the way their eyes are positioned and the way their mouth is shaped, and they just take a big gulp of what's swimming over top of them. So being up close to the surface like that makes sense. They're going to get all of the bugs crawling on the surface, any surface type fish that swim around. I'm sure any little guppy fry in here don't stand a chance swimming around near one of those Sculpins. Even some of the smaller guppies in this tank might have something to worry about, whether they're fry or not. So anyway, it was just odd that I hadn't seen any of them over the last couple of days while I'd been sticking my head in here checking around. And now we're back to seeing at least 2 of them, because I can still see this one down here swimming around doing its thing on that little rock. And I've been looking back there. I can see my white suckerfish. I know there's a lot of glare on the tank right here, but I can see the white suckerfish back there. It is sitting right here on the rock. Maybe we can see it better looking straight in from the top. Yeah, you can kind of see it. There it goes. It just swam away right as I was getting ready to zoom in on it. So there you go. Make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for watching. Don't forget this one, of course, is my waterfall tank. Thanks again. I'll see you real soon in the next one.